fought the rest, now try the best!
Past couple of days, you can even say weeks for Tekken 8 has been chaos. Me as the Yoshi main, I've been sitting comfortably in it. But I would much rather the chaos not exist. Yesterday we were talking about Harada's response to the stage being sold for $5. I looked at his response and thought there were some good changes in there. He was talking about how he wanted to basically prevent that from happening further. He lost control of the publishing side of the Tekken development team, and he wants to regain control of that so things like this does not happen in the future. Now, even though he gave this long-winded apology, he went very into detail, still, the top like comment on my video says, "Me hoping the stage is free after the apology." A lot of players also felt this way. If you look at the comment section on that video, you should go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. But looking at the comment section on that video, a lot of people were upset and frustrated with what Harada and the Tekken team is doing. And apologies is not enough. Yes, I think it's a good thing, but we want to see the action, the walk, not just the talk. Now, someone on Twitter asked Harada or told Harada the same thing. Someone said, "Thank you for being very open with addressing the Tekken community, whether it's recent concerns or upcoming ones." Harada says, "Of course, we will consider." Someone in the comment section says, "Stage should be free." Harada says, "So I stated my thoughts in line with that opinion. On the other hand, you must not know the stage development costs for 3D fighting games are more enormous than other titles. Your values are not all that important." So Harada gave an apology, but then he's clapping back, typical Harada. Now, on the topic of how much does a stage cost, we talked about this on 8/9/2024. I made this video, I posted it to Twitter as well, where I say Tekken 8 Season 1 cost over $1 million to make, free stages included. Now we know that there's not some free stages in that as well, and would need to make roughly $4 million to be considered successful. Now, if you want to see how we got these numbers and really understand, go back and watch that video. But in that video, we discovered, for a fact, one stage costs $180,000. One stage. That comes from a interview that Harada did about 2 years before Tekken 8 came out. So you know that they were working on Tekken 8 at the time of that news article being done, right? So it costs that much to make a stage, but then when you look at Tekken 8 and how many stages it has, it's kind of lacking in comparison to all of the other Tekkens. Tekken 8 has 18 stages now that they added Heihachi's stage. There's only 3 games that has less stages than that, and all of those games are beyond a decade ago. Tekken 7 and Tag Tournament 2 is the closest comparison to Tekken 8, and you can see those stages, those games have 29 stages. If you don't count the DLC, they're at the 24, 25. So even though Harada is saying these stages are expensive, once again, we had more content in past games, and Tekken 8 is cutting that content out and then selling it to us later. Does that sound familiar? It should, because it's the same thing that they did with the base roster, removing Eddie, removing Lydia, removing Heihachi, selling them later. But then also it's the same exact thing they're doing with the shop, with the store. And the fact that you have all these examples of them cutting out content and selling it to us later in battle passes, shops, ultimate editions, season passes, separate passes, store, all of that, it shows that this is how they are marketing this whole game. So when I look at the comment section and I see everyone saying the apology is not enough from Harada, I kind of agree. Harada was talking about, with Tekken 8, how this game is going to be a complete package on launch, and once we got the game, we're looking at it, it's not that. The customization is not complete, the base roster not complete, the stage lineup not complete, the game modes that's in the game is not complete. They had to add online practice mode months after release. So that thing that Harada used to market the game and sell the game was not true. One can argue that's false advertisement, right? This goes so many layers deep, and to see Tekken like struggling so hard like this, all because they want to make money, it's sad. It didn't have to be this way, and Tekken 7 showed us that. Tekken 7 gave us, now you could argue about the game modes and whatnot, I think I try to give them a pass on that because Tekken Tag Tournament 2 put Tekken 7 in a bad position. But Tekken 7 still did everything that the game could in terms of a full roster, in terms of a full variety of stage, and also trying to give as much customization as they could. But also there was a lot of customization lacking in that game as well. And I once again chalk that up to the changing of engines and once again what Tag Tournament 2 did. But the point is, Tekken 7 showed the whole world that you do not need to be greedy and trying to come up with all of these different monetization schemes to make money. And the fact that they are going out of their way to do these things in Tekken 8 is simply what players are frustrated by. Let's switch topics and talk about some other tweets from Harada. Someone asks him for more customization slots. A part of me wants to agree with Harada when he says it's hard to prioritize that because there's a lot of things that players are requesting that's more important than this. You could talk about buffs, you could talk about nerfs, you could talk about features and game modes. To specifically go in and add more customization slots isn't really the highest priority. But one could also say the same thing about the shop. Keeping that shop updated is their #1 priority, and which is why players are asking for more customization slots, because they're trying to make more outfits, because there's more things to make outfits from. The requesting of customization slots is a fallout of the shop always being updated. Another thing that Harada talked about is referring to the relationship between Reina and Heihachi. I'm going to have some story breakdowns where I tackle both of these characters specifically. One of those videos should be uploaded at the same time this video goes up, so go watch that. But Harada, someone says, head Nagi throw. Harada responds and says, Heihachi has numerous illegitimate children. I doubt if he remembers Reina very accurately. And this is referring to a past tweet where he said there's 25 something children out there. He confirms 9. The final thing that Harada talks about is the character Anna. Someone responds to one of Harada tweets and says, Anna Williams DLC please. Harada says, please state why you like Anna. I will definitely read it. Someone says, no Anna, no buy Tekken 8. Harada says, it is only an explanation of events that could happen to you and not a statement of why I like her, which is what I asked for. Speaking briefly about this, not specifically on the character Anna, but just character requests in general, we've seen a lot of them as we entered in Tekken 8 and also ended Tekken 7. And a lot of those requests didn't turn into successful characters. The roster of Tekken 7 was one of the biggest, following that of only, I believe, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which has the most outstanding roster in the whole game. And from both games, you can see that there was multiple characters in there that the players simply did not play like that. They were, and a lot of people say, oh, well, not every character is supposed to be this super iconic whatever, right? But I just wonder, when there's a limited number of slots on the roster, some people want more played characters and some people want guest characters. Do we have time for these characters who are in every game but no one plays them? I don't know. This question is too complicated for me, a simple Yoshi main, to answer. We'll see what the developers do and who they decide to bring back. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it and also subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching and bye bye.